The moment a woman discovers she is pregnant is often marked by a whirlwind of emotions arriving all at once, creating an intense sense of transformation and new beginnings. It is common to feel joy and fear side by side, as if the mind and body are still trying to understand what this change means. Every thought suddenly gains new weight, and every physical sensation becomes more noticeable because everything now carries a deeper purpose. At this early stage, the unknown may seem overwhelming, but it also opens space for profound discoveries. The simple absence of a menstrual period can awaken an expectation that grows second by second until the test finally confirms what the heart had already begun to suspect. The image of 2 lines, or the digital word, positive, instantly changes an ordinary day into something extraordinary, almost magical, even if a bit frightening. This is the moment when many women feel a mix of vulnerability and strength, as if stepping into completely new territory. All of these emotions are normal, and all of them are part of the journey. The beginning of pregnancy brings a sense of emotional fragility that is entirely understandable, which is why it is so important to know that none of these reactions indicate lack of preparation. Feeling doubt, excitement, anxiety, or relief at the same time simply means the mind and body are processing a major change. A new reality is forming inside the consciousness, and that process takes time. Understanding that emotions move side by side with the pregnancy is essential for inner peace, because it eliminates the idea that there is a correct way to react to the news. Every woman experiences this moment in her own unique way, and each reaction is valid. Accepting one's feelings without judgment is the first step toward a calmer pregnancy. The body is transforming, and the mind naturally follows. This early emotional adjustment also makes room for the expectant mother to better understand the physical changes that will soon unfold. When she allows each emotion to exist, she opens the door to a smoother and deeper comprehension of what it means to be pregnant. And that understanding brings a natural sense of reassurance that grows little by little. This beginning, even when confusing, is also the beginning of a bond that only becomes stronger. Over the next few weeks, the mother realizes that emotional sensitivity is part of the process and that she is not alone, because millions of women experience something similar. Connecting her personal experience to the universal experience of motherhood brings comfort. In this way, the beginning of the pregnancy becomes less about fear and more about emotional shelter, allowing her to continue with confidence even amid uncertainty. In the first 5 weeks of pregnancy, the baby still does not resemble what most people imagine when thinking of a human fetus, and this often surprises first-time mothers. The appearance may look more like a tiny seed, with structures still being shaped, and parts that have not yet taken their final form. Yet this stage represents one of the most important moments of development, because everything is beginning to organize itself. It is completely normal to be surprised by the presence of a small tail, but this structure is temporary and appears in all humans during early development. Over the next few weeks, this tail will disappear and make way for the baby's spine and legs. This process is part of the biological blueprint that shapes the human body and unfolds exactly as it should. During this period, many mothers feel they cannot yet visualize the baby clearly, and this is entirely natural. The visual bond strengthens gradually as the weeks pass and human features slowly emerge. Even though the baby does not yet have visible eyes, a defined mouth, or formed limbs, countless cells are working intensely to create all of these structures. Everything is unfolding at the precise rhythm nature intended. The image of a rounded embryo may seem far from what one imagines, but this stage is deeply reassuring once understood. Knowing that hundreds of tiny components are forming simultaneously shows how perfectly the body is functioning. This knowledge reduces anxiety, because it confirms that nothing is wrong. The baby simply looks exactly how a 5-week embryo is supposed to look. This early phase also teaches that pregnancy is built on patience, because many of the most important changes happen invisibly. The transformation is silent, detailed, and continuous, even if the mother does not yet feel the baby. Remembering that this curious early shape is only the beginning helps the experience feel lighter and more wondrous. With time, the mother will see how quickly the baby's appearance evolves, transforming what once looked like a tiny grain into a fully formed human being. This rapid evolution brings profound amazement because it allows her to witness the stages of human development. Understanding this early appearance builds confidence and calmness, making the journey more peaceful. At 5 weeks of pregnancy, the baby is so tiny that many are surprised to learn it measures about the size of a grain of rice. However, this small size should never be a cause for worry. In fact, it confirms that everything is advancing exactly as expected. The early development may be microscopic, but it is incredibly complex, and that complexity carries a quiet beauty that few experiences can match. Even at this minuscule size, the baby is already going through important developmental processes that require remarkable precision. Cells divide in a coordinated way, structures begin taking shape, and the mother's body works at full speed to establish the foundations for the baby's growth. It is incredible to think that something so small already contains everything needed to become a complete human being. The transition from embryo to fetus occurs at this stage and marks a crucial milestone. This means the baby has entered an active period of organ formation. Every detail emerges gradually, as if the body were following a carefully designed plan to support life. Understanding this brings peace to the mother, assuring her that her body knows exactly what to do. As the mother absorbs this knowledge, it becomes easier to trust the internal processes taking place. Many women feel anxious because they cannot yet see visible changes, but this stage proves that the most significant transformations happen quietly inside. Even without feeling movements or seeing external changes, the pregnancy is in full development, and this is deeply reassuring. The goal now is to observe the progression with calmness, without rushing to see immediate results. Although the baby is not yet visible to the eye or detectable by movement, its growth is steady and continuous. Recognizing this creates a sense of trust in the pregnancy and confidence in the body's natural ability to nurture life. As the weeks pass, each small advancement becomes clearer, and what once seemed invisible begins to take form. This gradual progression shows that pregnancy is built on small, meaningful milestones. Understanding the importance of this early stage turns the waiting period into a rich emotional experience filled with serenity. It is common for expectant mothers to feel anxious to hear their baby's heartbeat for the first time, imagining that this sound will be the ultimate reassurance that everything is well. However, at 5 weeks, the heart is still forming and is not yet capable of producing an audible rhythm. Understanding this stage provides relief, preventing unnecessary worry, and reinforcing that development is unfolding exactly as it should. During a very early ultrasound, it is normal for the doctor to see only the gestational sac, which might surprise someone expecting to see more detail. But this simple visual is completely normal and represents the beginning of the structure that will support the baby's growth. Not seeing or hearing a heartbeat at this time does not indicate a problem. It simply reflects the natural timeline of fetal development. The formation of the heart is one of the most delicate processes in human growth, requiring time and a carefully orchestrated sequence. It begins as a small tube that gradually bends, closes, and creates the chambers necessary to pump blood. Until these structures are fully established, there is no heartbeat to hear. Knowing this brings the mother a new level of reassurance. When the mother understands that the heartbeat typically becomes audible between weeks 7 and 8, she can live this early phase with more calmness. This knowledge reduces premature worry and removes the fear of being behind in development. Each baby has its own natural pace, but all follow the same biological process to form the heart. This waiting period becomes a moment of healthy anticipation rather than anxiety. Instead of imagining that something is wrong, the mother begins to understand that she is simply waiting for the right moment to witness one of the most emotional milestones of pregnancy. This mindset prepares her to appreciate the joy that will come when she finally hears the tiny heart beating rapidly. When the moment finally arrives, hearing the heartbeat is even more meaningful because she understands the remarkable process behind it. This sound becomes an unforgettable emotional marker, made even more special by the ease and trust gained along the way. The reassurance born from this knowledge strengthens the bond between mother and baby and follows her for the rest of the pregnancy. In the early stages of pregnancy, many women notice that their senses become sharper, especially their sense of smell, which can become extremely sensitive. Scents that once felt neutral, such as soap, perfume, cooked food, or cleaning products, may suddenly cause nausea or discomfort. This change is a direct result of hormonal fluctuations, and although unpleasant, it is completely normal and temporary. The mother may be surprised by this sudden aversion to aromas she once enjoyed. The steam from someone's shower, the smell of food cooking on the stove, or even the fragrance of a favorite lotion may become overpowering. This heightened perception is so intense that tiny scent particles, unnoticed by others, become obvious to the pregnant woman. A simple way to cope with this phase is to adjust small daily habits, switching to mild or baby soaps, choosing fragrance-free deodorants, and avoiding strong perfumes can greatly reduce discomfort. Small environmental changes, such as keeping windows open or avoiding foods with very strong aromas, can offer immediate relief. In addition to sensitivity to smells, spontaneous nausea, especially in the morning, is common. These sensations reflect the body's natural adjustment to new hormone levels. Even though nausea is uncomfortable, it is a sign that the pregnancy is progressing and that the body is adapting to nourish the baby in the best possible way. These symptoms often ease significantly as the pregnancy progresses, especially after the first trimester, when hormone levels stabilize. Knowing that this phase has an end brings comfort and helps the mother handle it with more patience and understanding. Recognizing that these reactions are part of a natural and controlled process makes them less distressing. By the end of this stage, many women find that their sensitivity returns to normal, and they can enjoy scents and flavors again without difficulty. This gradual improvement reinforces the idea that pregnancy is made of cycles, each with its own purpose. Understanding this brings emotional relief and helps the mother experience the process with more tranquility. Even expectant mothers who maintain a balanced, nutrient-rich diet may need supplements during pregnancy. This is because the maternal body, now responsible for nourishing the baby as well, requires larger amounts of certain vitamins and minerals. Among the most important nutrients at this stage are folic acid, iron, and prenatal multivitamins, all of which play essential roles in the baby's healthy development. Folic acid is especially crucial because it supports the formation of the baby's neural tube, which later becomes the brain and spinal cord. Adequate levels dramatically reduce the risk of developmental complications, making folic acid one of the most important nutrients in early pregnancy. Iron, on the other hand, contributes to the production of red blood cells, preventing anemia and ensuring oxygen circulates efficiently throughout the mother's body. Prenatal multivitamins contain a carefully balanced combination of nutrients designed to support increased physical demands. Even with a well-rounded diet, it is common for a pregnant woman to be unable to consume the ideal daily amounts of every essential vitamin. Supplements therefore act as a safety net, ensuring that both the mother and the baby receive what they need. Taking these supplements does not mean the mother is unwell or lacking. It is a proactive act of health and prevention. They help the body handle the intense changes of early pregnancy and contribute to overall well-being. With adequate nutritional support, the mother's body becomes even more capable of sustaining healthy development. It is important for this supplementation to be guided by a healthcare professional, ensuring that dosages are appropriate and tailored to the mother's needs. Each woman has her own health history and unique requirements that must be considered when choosing the best plan. This personalized care adds another layer of reassurance. As prenatal vitamins become part of her routine, the mother begins to feel more confident about both her own health and the baby's growth. Combined with regular checkups and medical guidance, these supplements create a solid foundation for a calm and balanced pregnancy. The knowledge behind this care transforms the experience into a safer and more reassuring journey. In the first 3 months of pregnancy, it is natural for many women to choose to keep the news to themselves or share it only with those closest to them. This is because before 12 weeks, the chance of miscarriage is higher, a biological reality that has nothing to do with the mother's choices. Choosing to wait before announcing the pregnancy is not about secrecy, but about emotional protection during a delicate time. The excitement to share the news can be overwhelming, especially when the discovery is met with joy. However, understanding that this early stage involves delicate development helps the mother embrace the waiting period with peace. This time allows the body to progress naturally into a more stable phase in which risks decrease significantly. Keeping the news private also provides space for the mother to emotionally process everything happening. Privacy allows her to experience the early transformations without outside pressure, without expectations from others, and without the weight of opinions. This initial silence can be deeply comforting and necessary. Choosing to wait until after week 12 is a thoughtful, personal decision rooted in self-care. This moment marks the transition to a more secure phase, when fetal development becomes more predictable and stable. When the mother finally feels ready to share the news, it is received with even greater enthusiasm and meaning. Understanding this early period removes the guilt many women feel for keeping the pregnancy quiet. There is no universal rule for when to announce a pregnancy. There is only what makes the mother feel safe and comfortable. Each journey is unique, and every woman deserves the freedom to choose her moment. Once the early weeks have passed and everything is progressing well, announcing the pregnancy becomes an emotional milestone. The waiting transforms the moment into something even more special, filled with reassurance and hope. This choice, rooted in emotional protection and personal timing, strengthens the mother throughout her journey. The pregnant body undergoes intense adjustments in the first weeks, and some of the most common involve digestion and fluid balance. Symptoms like bloating, constipation, and swelling are extremely frequent and completely normal. These sensations reflect hormonal activity and natural physical adaptation. Understanding this brings immediate relief, because it confirms that the body is simply adjusting to support new life. Drinking plenty of water becomes one of the most important allies for managing these symptoms. Hydration supports healthy digestion, reduces swelling, and improves circulation. Water also plays a direct role in forming the amniotic fluid, which protects and cushions the baby throughout the pregnancy. Alongside hydration, eating foods rich in fiber, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, helps regulate digestion. Mothers who struggle with constipation may find great relief in fruits like papaya, prunes, and oranges, known for their natural laxative properties. These simple dietary adjustments can significantly improve daily comfort. Reducing salt intake also makes a noticeable difference, as sodium causes the body to retain fluids, contributing to swelling. Making small changes, such as using natural spices instead of salty seasonings, helps decrease discomfort and promotes better overall balance. Together, these habits create a healthy and sustainable routine for the entire pregnancy. They ease common symptoms, improve well-being, and reduce unnecessary risks. They also give the mother a sense of control and empowerment over her own body during a time of major change. As the weeks go by, the mother notices that these small choices greatly affect her comfort and quality of life. She realizes that these habits are not just recommendations, but effective tools that support her physical and emotional well-being. This awareness helps create a calmer, more balanced pregnancy experience. During pregnancy, the body enters a carefully protected state in which certain substances and activities can pose risks to the baby's development. Avoiding alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, raw foods, and high-risk environments is not about restriction, it is about protection. These choices bring safety, reassurance, and peace of mind to both the mother and the baby. Eating raw or undercooked foods exposes the mother to bacteria or parasites that may be dangerous during pregnancy. For this reason, raw eggs, raw fish, raw meats, and unpasteurized milk should be avoided. When eating out, it is important to be cautious with salads and any food that may not be properly cleaned, ensuring everything is safe to consume. Activities that involve physical risk should also be set aside during this period. Roller coasters, freshly made tattoos, high-temperature hot tubs, and similarly risky experiences may compromise the mother's health and the baby's development. These recommendations are not exaggerated. They are preventive measures designed to ensure safety. Avoiding harmful substances is a powerful act of love and responsibility. Staying away from alcohol and tobacco directly contributes to the baby's healthy formation and to the mother's well-being. These actions empower the mother emotionally, helping her feel confident in the care she is providing. It is important to remember that this phase is temporary, and that these restrictions apply only to the pregnancy period. Viewing them as conscious, purposeful choices makes them easier to accept and follow. Understanding the reasons behind each recommendation brings clarity and reduces anxiety. By recognizing the purpose of these precautions, the mother begins to feel that she is building a safe, healthy environment for the baby. This awareness strengthens her sense of confidence and brings deep emotional comfort. Knowledge becomes protection, and protection becomes serenity. From the earliest weeks of pregnancy, medical care becomes a foundation for a healthy journey. Prenatal appointments provide guidance, continuous monitoring, and answers to the many questions that naturally arise. Each visit offers emotional reassurance, helping the mother understand both the physical changes in her body and the baby's development. In addition to medical appointments, oral health plays a surprisingly important role. Hormonal changes can cause gum inflammation, known as periodontitis, which in severe cases has been linked to premature labor. For this reason, dental checkups are not only recommended, they are essential. They promote comfort, prevent complications, and support the mother's overall health. Dental monitoring also offers emotional comfort by identifying early signs of inflammation or infection. This care complements prenatal follow-ups and creates a protective cycle that supports the pregnancy from multiple angles. Together, these routines build a strong sense of stability. Regular checkups help the mother better understand her own body, reinforcing her confidence. Knowing that professionals are monitoring each step reduces anxiety and provides clarity. Every exam, every instruction, and every reassurance contributes to her peace of mind. These preventive measures form the foundation of a secure pregnancy. They not only identify potential issues early on, but also continuously confirm that everything is progressing well. This confirmation provides emotional stability and strengthens the mother's sense of readiness. With the combination of medical guidance, dental care, and knowledge, the mother completes the early weeks with confidence that she is on a safe and healthy path. This foundation sets the tone for the rest of the pregnancy, transforming the journey into one of reassurance, growth, and calmness.